Hey, what's up everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so had a pretty good day so far. I usually walk to the Target on Sunset, but my intention was to actually go further when I got on the train. So I let my two stops pass by as if I was going to take that route to like downtown or something, and then just got off at Hollywood and Western. So I can say I cheated myself out of some walking today, but I didn't really have any plans. So it was just like, I'm not going all the way to visit mom today. That wasn't how I was feeling. Wasn't going to Santa Monica because it's like 66 degrees over here, so it's probably like 50 something over there. It's like that day to be on the beach. It's gloomy. I went to Hollywood and did the climb the hill thing 2 days in a row. Didn't feel like overdoing that. So it was like, what am I doing? What are my options? I didn't really have too much I wanted to do locally over here, so it was like I played it by ear, and that's ultimately what it came down to. I went to the Target as I always do, and I bought myself some more of those cargo pants I was telling y'all I like. I plan on probably replacing all my jeans with those, truth be told. I don't care for jeans too much unless it's raining. Other than that, like the jeans I'm wearing are cool, but like some of the other jeans I bought, I don't really want them that much. I don't love jeans like that. Hard. Plus, when you going back and forth like I am, the more heavy it is, the more difficult it is to move back and forth. So if I replace all my jeans with cargos, this takes a significant amount of weight off of what I'm carrying every day. So I think that that's probably also better for me in the long run. So that's what I plan on doing, just probably giving away most of the jeans and just getting like 6 pair of cargos. So far I got 3. And also bought myself some new shorts online. So I like sleeping in the shorts I have more of than not. I have like 4 out of 5 of my shorts are the same shorts. I'm like, man, why don't I just max that out? And so I don't have to make any adjustments as I sleep when I run out of those shorts. So that's what I did. I bought some more shorts, and yeah, that's pretty much how it went, man. Luckily enough, I found that the oatmeal I purchased had a hole at the bottom of it before I got away from the store. As soon as I got downstairs to put everything in my backpack, as I always do, I found that thing had a hole in it, man. So I took it right back upstairs and swapped that out. But that could have been pretty frustrating. But yeah, man. Aside from that, everything's going pretty smoothly. Got my walk in to and from down Lincolnshire here. So that's really what the exercise is mostly about. And you know, climb the steps at both of those train stations. That's really what it's all about. Whatever happens after that is extra. But that's really the gist of the exercise. So now I'll head back, man. It's good to be in a gloomy day, though, man. Given the fact that we've had such a hot summer, to finally have a real legitimate gloom day, I can live with it. No rain, but keep the sun away from us for a little bit of a change. So I ain't complaining, man. Just 3 weeks ago, I was walking down this street. It was like 116 degrees, something crazy like that. So you think I'm complaining about 66? No, sir. Heck no. I feel good. I can wear a black shirt, button with long sleeves, because I didn't wear this shirt all summer, to say the least. So yeah, man, just doing my thing. Haven't really been paying too much attention to much else other than what's going on with the Lakers, and I made a collaboration Laker therapy session video that I think kind of, we'll see how it pans out. You know, I encourage everybody to check it out. It's uploading right now. But just getting on the case of the team, doing all this politics, Xing out good players so they could play Bronny and play other guys that they've paid. They probably should just get rid of any damn way. And that's really what it comes down to, man. If we're not in the business of giving people opportunities that they earn, then my attitude is, what are we doing? You'll undo the hell out of a contract if a guy messes around and does something that makes your team look bad. But if he out here playing bad, we just got to sit here and watch him. That's really my point of view, man. It ain't limited to Bronny. There's a couple of dudes on this team that need to move on and make our team not as good as it needs to be. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to let a player who's breaking out looking good not play because it's going to anger somebody? I don't give a damn about that. Put him on the floor. Let him play. So that's my attitude, man. I think that's most of Laker Nation's attitude right now. So I made a little video about it. But yeah, man, that's the gist of it, man. I'm very much looking forward to everything that has to do with my Lakers season and all that. So a lot of my channel conversation is going to be centered around that. And You know, of course, we're paying attention to everything that's going on in Gaza. I'm still seeing death and destruction. If anybody thinks this weaning off in any way, it's not. But you know, you got to give credit to, I believe she's the prime minister of Israel, of Italy, I believe it is. And she essentially says she's putting a full embargo, arms embargo on them, on Israel. She ain't sending them a nothing until they stop inhabiting Gaza, or whatever her demand was, something along the lines of that. So kudos to somebody standing up for us, right, man? Because you know, we're in upside down world as it pertains to what's going on with this situation. Israel is still saying that they're the victims and all of this other crap that we talk about every single day. And it would be great to see some changes in the world and the way they operate. Make it known that Israel's not going to be able to keep on just, you know, putting their own intentions above that of which is everybody else, literally everybody else, man. We're not going for that. That's what the world needs to tell them. We're not going for that. You can believe yourself to be chosen by God. That doesn't necessarily mean that the rest of us have to have our reality warped by that, for which is your belief in yourself. I'm glad you're confident in you. I really am. I'm glad something special is said about you. We all deserve to feel special. We all deserve to be chosen. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. But for you to think that it's okay to kill a bunch of people because you're afraid that they're going to grow up to kill you, that's not something the world is going for, man. And whether our government is too compromised to say that or not, the people have spoken. We're not going for that. You know, that's what it really comes down to. You're not going to be accepted as if that's okay. If you're going to go forward with it and use all your power to do it, that's very unfortunate. But don't expect us to sit along idly and just continue to kiss your tails as you do it. We're going to shame you like anybody else would be shamed for doing that. You know what I mean? And I don't care if you believe you're chosen or not. That shit ain't going. You're not flying with that. And that's what it really is, man. And I tell anybody who listens, I don't care what color you are. You could be my color, somebody else's color, whatever. If you think that your mortality is to be saved, that's okay. But if you're going to move forward and say that other people need to suffer so that can be the case, that's not okay. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to stop somebody from attacking you, great. Self-defense is a thing. You being pro-aggressive and trying to annihilate everything that you think might be a threat, that's not okay. Whether you think it's effective or not, it's not okay. You don't get to determine who grows up to be what. And that's essentially what they're doing. They're like, yo, all the babies are going to grow up to kill us, so we got to kill all the babies. It's like, nah. If you think that's something that's acceptable and you're going to use that narrative, you're going to be shamed for that. I don't care who you are. You're going to be shamed for that. Now, I don't actually believe that's what they're doing. I think they'll kill those people whether they think they're a threat to them or not, because they want their land and they want to stand on their blood. And that's what they get off on as maniacs. That's what I personally think. That's what I think is going on there. And a lot of them believe their own lies to allow for them to sleep at night as they do this awful stuff, instead of using the logic that they have in their heads, telling themselves that they are the monsters that they're afraid of. It's easier to just believe a narrative that isn't true, which is that they're in danger and that they need to kill everybody before everybody kills them. Whatever the case may be, whatever mental gymnastics they gotta do to help them sleep at night, doesn't mean that we're not gonna shame them for it. That's awful work, and they know it. They know it deep down in their hearts. If there's such a thing in their chest, they know that what they're doing deserves all of what comes with it. And look, I'll tell you like this, man. If I'm supposed to sit back as an outsider in your group and you're going to tell me that children need to suffer so that you can stay alive, I'm going to suggest that you be the one that gets taken out. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not limited to Zionists. This is anybody. If you legitimately think that you have to hurry up and kill children so they don't grow up to kill you, it's you we need to see gone. Like, it's not them. They're not the problem, it's you. And we're going to normalize that on this channel. You know, literally. We're going to normalize that because that should be what is normal. Children don't pose no harm to nobody at all. And what they could potentially grow up to be, should not be something that a grown man determines is something he can't allow because he's afraid someone's going to harm him. You deserve to be harmed. For that thought alone, you are the problem. So let Israel understand that narrative, I don't know how they think that's going to hit, since they have it in as a default mode that they're special and everybody else is agreeing with that. We're not agreeing with that. Just because you believe the lie you told yourself does not mean that the rest of us are going to go along with that lie. Read the room, Israel. Nobody agrees with that at all. At all, fam. Nobody that's actually... And look, I'm going to tell you something else. Not even the people you pay to agree with that. They're just going along with it because they're morally bankrupt. And they really don't give a shit. And they don't see any use for whatever reason in stopping you from doing this. But if you ask them in a room by themselves if they actually think this makes any damn sense or if this is right, a good 99% of them are probably going to say, nah, this ain't no good. We just don't care. But is it any good? No, it's not. They don't agree. Netanyahu, nobody in that room that clapped for you actually agrees with your bullcrap. They just want the people who are paying attention to them to not create problems for them. Just like they don't want you to create problems for them. So they're going to take a stance that they think makes sense in regards to that intention. They don't agree with that crap, bro. They don't think you're better than them. The hell's wrong with you? They're going along with your delusion so that you can do exactly what it is that they need you to do. That's all that is. That's literally all that is, Israel. It's literally all that is, Netanyahu. None of the people respect you at all, bro. And if they do, they're brainwashed. And that brainwashing leaves them looking not very smart. That's literally it. They're left looking very stupid. And so that's something that needs to be said, man. And that entitlement that Israel has, you got to stand on that. When you go anywhere in the world, you got to understand that people are going to look at you and say, these are the terrorists of the world from here on out. That's all. I'm just letting y'all know. And it's a damn shame that good Jewish people got to live with that too. But if you got a yarmulke on your head, I'm just assuming you rolling with that right now. I'm sorry. That's just where we're at. I don't have no other reason not to. Everybody who's doing this wearing what? Yarmulke on their head or the two braids hanging out their head. Like, this is what represents you at this point. You got to live with that. Just like a black man, I walk down the street, I got to live with it. With the idea that what you've painted us out to be is what represents us. I got to look over my shoulder and wondering if people thinking I'm a gang member. This is the new reality for you. This is the new reality for you. So I see, like I just saw a dude right now. Had a yarmulke on his head and he was asking questions. And I saw the looks he was getting. People, it ain't really, like, it ain't what it was before y'all started doing this. It ain't. People look at you like this. You know what I mean? And it really does boil down to, do you really genuinely think that you're better than me? And in thinking that, what are you willing to do to make that a thing? And I don't think a lot of people were certain that's what you thought. We thought that might be what you were thinking. But now it's like, yeah, we kind of see that that's what you were thinking. So where does this begin? Where does it end? And are you in support of that? What's going on there because of your own self-righteousness and sense of importance, religious importance? Because if that's what's going on, then I'm not sure I'm safe in your presence. That's literally what it comes down to for a lot of people who are paying attention to what I'm paying attention to. Am I safe around you? Are my children safe around you? If you think for some reason we're a threat, are you going to kill us? Literally. I think that's what a lot of people who are starting to wake up are going to start thinking when they're around people who happen to be Zionist Jews. Like, are these people, they support the killing of others, or they support the killing of my kids because they think I might be a threat to them? What does a threat look like to them? What deems them a threat? Or whoever a threat in their eyes? How do they know that my child is not going to grow up and be a terrorist against them? What deems that being what they would call it, like, or consider it rather? Like, that's the question. You know what I mean? And that leaves you guys in a dangerous space for yourselves individually. Collectively, y'all might be safe. Individually, a wild, crazy mind ain't gonna know what to do with that. For all you know, they're just like you in regards to, let me stop this person in whatever means I see fit in order to keep myself safe, because if they feel like they're unsafe in my presence, they may hurt me. By your logic, there's gonna be people attacking y'all for that reason. That's the irony of all of this. That's what makes this so ridiculous. There was a thought that came to mind, and it's been articulated a million different ways, but I'm going to say it this way. If you think somebody, if I think somebody is the worst terrorist in the world, and they're so awful of a people and have such horrible indoctrines in their intentions that I have to fear their children years and years and years before those kids are even strong enough to raise an arm against me, is my best bet to traumatize those people by killing their children? If I'm trying to keep my people safe and I'm that fearful of these people turning into be monsters, my best bet is to annihilate so many of their innocent people? We're going to kill 100 of their innocent people to get 4 Hamas members. That's good math. But you are terrified of Hamas to the point where you want to kill their children to protect your people in the future. And this is your solution: to traumatize their women and children to death. That's what you think makes you safer. It's putting all of them through the worst horrors anyone of any species would ever deal with. It's like, and they've convinced each other that this shit makes sense and call themselves intelligent people. I don't know how the hell they even do that. You think you're the most important people in the world. You put your kids through college, smart, all types of stuff that you call yourself very intelligent. And this is your solution to your most dangerous foe, is to traumatize them and rile up the most difficult pain for them to deal with. And as a collective group of intelligent, powerful people, this is what you think ultimately is your solution to what you feel is a threat to your lives as chosen people more important than everybody else. Like, how do you even buy this bullshit? It's what I would say to each and every Zionist. How you even buy this? Peep the logic. That's like me being terrified of the strongest cartel, and so my solution is to kill all their kids in front of all their women. What do I think they're gonna do to me if I were to try to do something like that? Should I expect anything less than their most heinous violence? If that's my intention to do to them because I'm terrified of them, I'm terrified of them, so I'm going to inflict the most heinous pain upon them. And then what? Stand on the mountaintop and say I'm safe now? What the hell is that? What? And this is what you all very intelligent and powerful people have convinced yourselves is what we're buying. Because that's what you're telling all of us. See, that's the beauty of all this. That's what they're convinced we will buy. That's what they're telling all of us so that we will support them. That is how out of touch they are. Their alibi doesn't make them look any better than truth does. It's just, it's evil. That's what it actually is. It's evil. And as I tell you all the time, evil ain't gonna do nothing to cover its backside. Not anything efficient. Because it's not supposed to get away with what it's doing. Just by the sheer nature of a willing God that's gonna will certain things into place, there's gonna be holes in its narrative so it doesn't actually work. It's the functionality of evil. I keep telling people this. So when you place that spiritual understanding on top of what it is they're doing, it makes all the sense in the world. Of course it ain't gonna make no damn sense to anybody paying attention to it, because it's not right. It's wrong. The whole thing is upside down. And of course they're gonna have plenty of people who agree upon it because it's evil. And they are evil. And of course, they're going to label everything that goes against them evil because they are evil. I was listening to this lady, this bigwig in Hollywood. She was talking about how, I don't know what her point of emphasis is in regards to her label. I don't know what she is. She's in Hollywood though somehow. And she was essentially pointing out all of the Hollywood representatives, all the actors who were wearing ceasefire pins. And essentially she was saying that either they're very, very stupid or they're just flat out evil. For ceasefire pins, meaning stop killing. In her mind, people asking for people to stop killing is evil. It's the essence of everything I just said. They are absolutely upside down. And they're so far out of touch that they think we're upside down with them. It's so awful that they're wearing ceasefire pins. The attitude of ceasefire means stop killing people. Stop violence. Do not harm anyone. And that is what she's so appalled by. And she believes the rest of us should be appalled by that too. The only people that agree with her are individuals who are as warped as she is. That's the point. And there's a lot of them. That's the problem. Because their true north is that they're most important. And by any means necessary shall they protect the important. And then from there, everything that trickles down from that should be accepted. Because after all, they are important. And that's supposed to hold just as much value in the rest of us as it does in them. Which is delusional. Absolutely and utterly delusional. Just like everything else that they're doing. Seemingly, everything else that they're on is delusional. But of course, we're goy, right? We're the guys that are not chosen. So whatever we think doesn't matter. Effectively deflecting all reason from entering their equation. And you want me to revere you like I did before I knew that you did this? You guys are insane. And you want the rest of us to be insane with you, and we're not. You guys are delusional. You think you're the most important people in the world, and this is how you use your power. You are evil. And you are a cancer to the world, and it shows in your intentions to kill children to protect yourselves. You are a problem. That is literally what you are, Zionist Jew. That is what you are. That's what you've been. We just didn't know it until you decided to enact the evil in your hearts upon people that, in the presence of all of us paying attention for what you were doing for the last 75 years any damn way. Probably longer than that in other places. We just weren't aware of it until now. Lord knows how long y'all been actually doing the evil you've been doing on this earth in the shadows. Who knows? And everybody else being complicit with it because you've always been powerful. Power that you were not wise to use in a way that reflected positively upon you as time continued to progress. So here we are now looking at all of you like you're an entire mess. Nobody afraid to say it like we used to be. Nobody thinking it's taboo to call you out. You are a problem for the world, and we really need to do something about it. That's what it really comes down to. Whether our government agrees or not, they don't have their propaganda cloaks over our eyes. We're not confused by them. They're just as corrupt as you. They need to go where you go. That's literally it. Nobody's listening to them. We're not voting for them. The only people who are still voting for them are people who don't know what's going on. That's literally it. Anybody has any sense whatsoever of what's happening here is not voting for anybody that you pay to do your bidding. Democrat or Republican, they're both on the same side. Everybody's aware of that at this point. That's why I think it's a legitimate chance that neither one of those candidates win the election. I think it's a damn legitimate chance neither one of them win the election. Because you have a great deal of facet of people who were anti-Trump to the point where he lost the last time he ran. And now everybody is looking at the Democrats like they're crazy for a million different reasons. all relating to the same thing, but not everybody's aware that it's related to the same thing, but they definitely look at them crazy. Why didn't you send some money over to those people dealing with the hurricane? That's what a lot of people who don't know nothing about what's going on in Palestine are wondering about the Democrats. What the hell, what was that about? Why didn't you get those people their money? Why are we sending money to Israel instead of sending money to people in America who are dealing with these troubles? They just weren't going to do right. So I think it's a damn good chance a third-party candidate actually wins the election. I really think that. At this point, odds aren't terrible at all. Still going to be a lot of Trump people that vote for Trump regardless. They're not going to be looking into anything that will go against him at all. So they're voting for him regardless. But most of the people who are paying attention, they're not voting for either one of them candidates, man. They're not. It makes no sense for them and their interests. It makes no sense for the betterment of the world around us to vote for either one of them people. And if you're paying any attention. And I think a lot more people are paying attention than they think. They're hoping for the no-use people. There's no use voting for anyone else. If you vote for the wrong one, the other one's going in. It's a lot of no-use people out there. But if they actually know what the hell they're talking about, they're still not going to vote for either one of them. They'll take their chances. Literally. Yeah, take their chances. So I don't know what's to come. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know what's to come. But you know, I can tell you that the Democrats have lost a lot of people, man. They've lost a whole lot more than they probably even anticipating they have. So if they try to find a way to make it so that this war takes place before the election, it wouldn't shock me, because that's probably the only chance they got of keeping their seats. It's probably the only chance they got. Because I can tell you like this is just what I see here. The Democratic Party is so fractured that just by default, the Trump extremists are probably going to just win. If I'm being honest, if it's going to be either one of them, it's going to be the Trump extremists standing together for their guy. Because the Democratic Party is shot to hell. Nobody trusts them. Most of the Democrats are not Democrats anymore. Most of those people who used to ride for the Democrats and people who voted for Obama, they can't stand what they're seeing. And I'll tell anybody else, even when it comes down to it, don't underestimate the misogyny and the racism of it all. This is a woman who's half black. They're not voting her in. You understand what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. She ain't gonna be president. People are just racist enough and just misogynistic enough to say hell no, even if they don't know all of the evil that she actually has her foot in. Just off of the sheer fact that she's a black woman, ain't gonna vote her ass in the presidency. So I thought that was a long shot from the jump. You're underestimating the feeble racism and misogyny of some of our citizens here. They ain't letting her in. And now the rest of the people who would have otherwise held her up against that misogynistic intention away from her are not on her side enough either. So she definitely ain't winning. I give her like a 1% chance of winning the presidency. She ain't winning shit. I'm just being honest with you. She ain't winning. Not legitimately, anyway. Now, if they try to do something to make it so that there's nobody to run against her, that might be her best shot. Don't put it past the Democrats. They're killing people off left and right. Yes, come on, we see that. But as far as I can tell, man, it seems like the Republican side are more united than the Democrat side. I'll tell you that. They're a lot more united. Whole lot more united. So if anything, if it ain't a bunch of people that's just gonna go third party, Trump's gonna win off the strength of his base and the rabid intentions they have to push their guy in regardless of what the hell's going on. And that's why I think they've been trying to kill Trump ass. It's exactly why I think they've been trying to kill him. Because I don't think they think he can beat him. And I don't either. To be honest with you. I don't think so either. So they're going to have to cheat him out of that thing. Or people are going to go third party. And save us from another crap show that he's going to be putting together. Because Lord knows we've seen enough of that already. But it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be honest with you. As long as Congress is continuing to clap for AIPAC leaders, you know what I mean? As long as that's what's going on, it don't matter who's president. Because they're going to push forward whatever AIPAC want done, period. That's the reality of it. It really don't matter who they put up there, because you ain't going to have the support of Congress. That's going to be the bigger problem. You got to put all those Congress people who are in the Hague, who are otherwise co-signing genocide, in order for our country to truly be taken back by that foreign agent. I'm just going to be honest with you. As long as they're still represented firmly in, Netanyahu firmly in their pocket, then I can assure you they're going to make it hard on anybody who's president, regardless of what their intentions are. If it ain't going along with what Israel wants, it's probably going to be very difficult for it to get done. Chosen logic, man. That's really what it comes down to. We're moving off of chosen logic. Of course, they're the most important people. Of course, they got to annihilate all their enemies. Of course, they got to kill them off at the root, which means childhood, so they don't grow up to kill them. Of course, right? I mean, what else are we going to do, right? There's no solution other than that. There's nothing more reasonable than that. Everything else is evil, right? Not killing the children is evil, right? Chosen logic. You got to annihilate those kids because they're going to grow up to be terrorists. Just like you grew up to be, right? Well, no, we're chosen. We're not terrorists. We're God's chosen people. We're bringing kindness to the world. We're the most moral army. Okay? And what's your intention? To protect Israel and all of the Jews. From what? From the people who are going to kill them 30 years from now. We can't let that happen. Kill them now. Okay? And what have all the rest of us supposed to do? Just stand here and watch you do it? Of course, isn't that what you want to do? We're chosen. Aren't you rooting for us? If you're not, you're anti-Semitic. I'm not anti-Semitic. I don't even know any Semitic people. I just don't want you to kill children. Yes, you are. You're anti-Semitic. Like that's chosen logic, man. And at this point, it's beyond laughable. It's scary. It really is. It's scary to even go forward with that crap, man. So that's really where it is for me, man. I'm not letting anybody who's on the side of chosen logic tell me that I'm wrong for not aligning with their genocidal intentions, being proactive in killing children so they don't grow up to kill them. Also known as not giving a damn if those children are going to be threats or not, just wanting to kill them off because it's what's in their heart. Not rolling with either one of those narratives, whether it be the truth or whatever you're telling us you think you want us to believe. Either way, it's garbage. That chosen logic is played all the way out, man. I just want people to know that I'm not rolling with it in any way, shape, or form. I've seen the images, seen the footage for the last close to 400 days now, man. It's not something that I'm confused by. I've done the homework. You know what I mean? That's what I would tell somebody who wants to throw that narrative at me. I've done the homework. You're gonna be screaming at a wall if you try to hit me with the Hamas. You're wasting your time. I've been paying attention to all different angles of this thing, and I'm telling you, you are absolutely wasting your time if you throw that at me. You better sell that to some people who are not paying attention too much. Maybe they'll align with that craziness. Likely they won't if they ask enough questions. But for those of us who've been paying attention for the last year and a half, who are following the people that you're terrorizing, who have been seeing the bodies of the babies that you've been dropping, who've seen all of the press representatives that you've been killing to keep all of the logic out, because that's exactly what they've done. They've killed hundreds of press people to keep what they're doing from being seen, and they failed because we still saw it. We saw all of it. We even saw you killing them. So if that was what you were trying to do, didn't work. And you think you're going to scare people to not telling the truth? Didn't work. You can chosen logic your way through that. It ain't going to work. None of it works. So that's really what it is, man. I don't fear no man but God. And God ain't a man. That's what it really comes down to. So I'm not going to be adhering to your idols or whoever it is, whatever they have to say, all these different things that they would say to ultimately shame me into being as evil as them. It's not going to work. Your Seinfelds and Michael Rappaports and all these weird people. I'm not interested in any of those chosen logic pushers at all. God is who I serve, the real one, not the one you were doing the bidding of. Not Satan who wants to kill children in protection of himself, but actual God. Not Satan who wants you to steal people's land and shame them and mold their image as if they are what you are. None of that. That's not the God that I serve at all. Who made all of us but chose a few people to terrorize the rest of us. No, that's not the God I serve. Nah. So that's what I want to say, man. And all that stuff is falling on deaf ears. And anybody that's pushing that crap looks as crazy as anybody else that's supporting that crap. That's really what it comes down to, man. It's exhausting, really. But at this point, it's necessary to say all of the things that I just said so that we're clear on this channel about how I feel about all of that. And understand, I'm going to shame anybody who engages in that nonsense. Don't mimic them. So what do I say to the people who are watching me? Don't mimic them. That is not what you should do with your power. That's not what you're supposed to do if you believe you're chosen by God. If you're chosen by God, then you trust God will take care of your needs. He will provide you your land. He will wipe away your enemies. He will provide you the logic from which to move. He's not going to allow you to just run rampant, doing whatever the hell you want to do, and then falling on him as an excuse to allow you to do it. He's not going to do that. Because he knows how much of a difficulty that is going to create for the environment you're in. So if nothing else, he's not going to allow you to fall into a space that makes the world more dangerous for you. So don't believe anybody that tells you to do that, or that is what is supposed to be done. That's not how that's supposed to be done. It makes the world a lot harder for you when you do nothing but create enemies and tell everybody that you're better than them and proceed to traumatize all of them in the name of yourself. That's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you anywhere. It ain't going to get them anywhere. So that's pretty much my point of view, man. I've been venting all day about various things that are important to me. This is just one of them. And I want people to know that the God I serve doesn't do that. He don't let nobody do that. He wouldn't let me do it. He ain't gonna let you do it. And anybody that tries to engage in that crap is not gonna get away with it for long. All of the martyrs, every last one of the martyrs will see justice. That's what I have to say to you. Video 44, I thank you all for watching.